Hello, welcome to Card Minds. Thank you for stopping by. This is going to be a Leo weekly money and career reading from February 6th to the 12th, 2022. Leo, welcome. Let's see what messages we have for this upcoming week. Money and career, weekly, February 6th to the 12th, 2023. Leo, Page of Swords, something new on the horizon. A new idea you want to start? A new business, a new collaboration, a new project. It feels like you're either in a project where you're learning new skills, learning to adapt to a new team, to a new business, to a new company. It's young, it's full of energy, but it's new, right? So you have to acquire more knowledge maybe, or be mentored, or take classes. It feels like it's a project that's very innovative. So it doesn't mean that you've never done this before. It feels like it's you're accelerating a project that is already in place, if that makes sense. It's accelerating, and it's done in a different way. The approach is different. Maybe there's a new team and you're growing with this new team. You're growing with this new knowledge. Maybe you're using different tools, associating with different people, different company, innovative tools. That's the way it feels. Yes, it's completely different. You're adapting to something completely different. Yes, gaining more skills, more knowledge, more awareness of this situation, more awareness of how to push forward in this project situation. It's starting over in a whole new way and seeing things differently, probably working with different people that don't utilize the same tools or don't utilize the information in the same way. Very interesting. You're gaining more skills with this High Priestess. Follow your intuition. You are going to have to make decisions, but you're working with people with a lot of knowledge, and so you're learning to adapt, you're learning to absorb and grow into something calmer, even though it seems like it's revolutionizing. It's a whole revolution there in doing this thing differently, in developing this idea differently, in developing this business, this product, this thing. Comment down below, Leo. Let me know what this is all about. King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Doesn't have to be. This can be a boss, a manager, someone you're working with, someone that leads the way, that calls the shots, right? Someone very comfortable financially, comfortable intellectually, comfortable in their space. They might be leading, yes, this whole thing. And if it's not them, it is you leading this, becoming much more comfortable financially in what you're doing. Yes, it's new. There we go. The Hangman, confirming whole new perspective. Whole new dynamic, whole new perspective. It can be new people. Sorry about that. Let me just readjust. There we go. It is a moment in time where you're connecting to this job, this situation in a completely different way. And it has taken a while. It has taken maybe one first time that didn't work out, or that didn't pan out the way you wanted, or it didn't pan out the way it was supposed to. And it's almost like it's back to the drawing board to do this in a completely different way. And the Hangman is about understanding now that it's time to see things, yes, in a different way, but not to push anymore, not to bulldoze your way through anymore, and to understand that it didn't work that way, right? So now it's surrendering to the opportunity to assess or reassess or to pause, to understand what is going on and evaluate where you stand in your position, where you stand in your objectives or on your path, right? It's new, it's emerging, it's something you're discovering, and it's something you're working on that you have already worked on, if it makes sense, right? And but now the situation is different. Maybe new managers, maybe a takeover, right, from another company, or people investing and people, seeing things in a different dynamic. And so pushing with a whole different point of view. So take time out of your routine. Take time out of that way you had to work before, because this time it's completely different. And I think it's completely even different than what you expected, because even if you expect a change to work with different people in a different dynamic, this is not something that you thought of. Wow. But it's good. Look at that. Ace of Cups. The joy of being in the right place at the right time with the right team, developing something exciting. Not easy, right? The battles are there, but I like these battles. These battles about ambition, enthusiasm, wanting to get that product out, right? If it's marketing, or wanting to develop that project, or wanting to be that number one company putting that out. It's almost, it's competitive. It's very competitive. So you're probably not the only ones on the planet doing this. There's a lot of competition, but you're pretty up there, and it's sort of bubbling with ideas, but also bubbling with a lot of stress and competition. So take a time out, take a breather if you need to. Four of Swords, take a moment. You are creating something completely new. I'm going to put the Eight of Swords here, right? With the Four of Swords, the Eight of Swords, feeling stagnating, feeling stagnated, or feeling you're stagnating, right? Accept to let go the old, accept to let go that old mindset, thinking that the way you were going, the trajectory you were going, or that, the ideas you were developing and the tools you were utilizing to make this happen, just put you in a corner where you understood that, you sort of tied in with these people, but not going anywhere. It doesn't mean it's bad, and it doesn't mean it's not the right people. It just means back to the drawing board. And here we are, the Empress, creating, understanding that you need, like the Knight of Wands keeps coming up. You need less BS and more ambition and more structure to get the job done. This can be extremely creative. Maybe you're inventing something even, or it's artistic. Maybe you're creating a platform for people to create, a platform for people to express their art, express their talent, whatever it is. It will be different for each and every one of you, but it's the understanding of what it takes, and the understanding with this King of Pentacles and this Empress, you can have two people dominating this team, dominating this company, this situation, this project, whatever it is, right? These two seem to be dominating this whole dynamic and imploding what was happening and rebuilding something very interesting, very interesting. And I feel like this Knight of Wands here is moving forward with more enthusiasm, right? But at the same time, not wanting to deal with anyone that's BSing. It's almost like you need all hands on deck to make this happen. So comment down below, Leo. Let me know what this is all about. Let me know what you're working on, or if you're part of a team, or maybe you're in school, right? This can be a project at school that didn't work the first time, or that really takes a lot of work and a lot of effort from a lot of people with knowledge. And you're not letting this go, of course. You're competitive. You're making this happen, Leo. But it's also wanting to have fun with this whole thing, but not taking, you don't want people BSing on the team, whatever that means for you. All right, let's see if there are a few messages in the second deck. Yes, Five of Cups. Not surprising, that disappointment, the regrets of doing it that way, or doing it with those people the first time around, right? Or it just didn't work. And you felt tied, or you feel tied if you're going through that. You feel tied to a certain way of doing this. Who did I have that? Was it Aquarius? Or I think it was Gemini. Yes, it was Gemini. So maybe you have Gemini on your chart, or there's a Gemini involved in this thing. I don't know. But here you have the Star, healing, purging wounds, disappointments, frustrations, and things that didn't go the way you wanted them to, right? And you felt stuck, right? With yes, and I think it's Gemini that had the Eight of Swords and the Devil, and it's felt a little bit the same night. It's not the same, and it doesn't have to be the same, but you know, if you have Gemini on your chart, or if that resonates to you, you might want to check out Gemini. It's you realizing that this is going to take a turn, and this is going to be operated differently. It doesn't mean it's done, and it doesn't mean you can't do that anymore. It's just that you know, it is something that, yes, here we are again. Wow. Okay, so 2 times the High Priestess, which is, you know, the High Priestess is allowing new skills to come in, understanding what is going on. She is a sign of a heightened state of conscious awareness, aware of the situation, aware of what's going on, what's good, what's working, what's not, the people that are pushing forward in this job, company, project, development, whatever it is, and the ones that aren't, right? And you realize the power of your intuition and the power of seeking ways to develop more skills, to develop these skills, to empower this job, business, project, take it as it resonates, to empower even more and to build even more. Allow this knowledge to flow at its own pace. Absorb the knowledge from others. Absorb the energies for others. These are new people. These are new creators. I feel like this King of Pentacles and this Queen and this Empress are very important, very powerful. And you might be one of them, right? So, you know, push through these powers and push through your intuition, your imagination, your creation. Yes, not surprising, Three of Swords. The disappointment, it didn't work out, or you have to move on to a different company, or, you know, it's almost like maybe you're taking this project to a different company. Maybe you're taking this project to a different person. For example, you're an architect, right? And you have an idea, a designer, an architect, or a financier or something, and it didn't work out with that first company that you were going to develop this project with. You're moving on to another company, or you're moving on to another company that's going to finance this, or another school, right? This is something big. This is something important for you. And you're taking a breather before because, yes, it didn't work out. That's okay. It's going to work out. It's going to be successful because you have the knowledge. And this is the right platform now. These are the right people, because they are in a completely different energy, a completely different way of working, of thinking, probably something that you've never done before. I mean, you haven't worked in that way before. I really feel like, it's utilizing different technologies, different tools. Yes, lots of discussions, lots of rewriting, replaying, whatever. I mean, it doesn't mean you're writing a book, and maybe you are. Maybe you're taking your book somewhere else. Maybe it didn't work out right. It can be that. But it feels more like a big project development, and a book is a big project development. But this feels like there's a lot of people. Yes, it really feels like a big building. You're building a building, or you're building a business. And it takes a lot of people, and it takes a lot of stamina, and you have to, it's a redo. You have to go back to the drawing board. But in what way? It's fantastic, because you realize what you have to do. You realize what you have to change. You realize you have to gain more skills, or gain more knowledge, or figure out who the next people are going to be to empower this project. Yes, look at this. Now, celebrating, being with the right people, happy about these changing, bringing back balance and harmony within the situation. It's a whole new direction. Whole new direction. The right platform, the joy of bringing it all together with the right people, finding that dynamic. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, you have to let go of a certain way, maybe of a certain team, or maybe of certain finances, a certain company, but it's for the good of the project, of this idea, because you're pushing through into something much calmer also, less erratic, less complicated, probably because these are the right people. Wow. Fascinating, fascinating reading. All right. Let's see if there's one last message for the road. It's a short reading for Leo. For some reason, some not always, but some signs seem to be shorter than others. I don't know. Not always. I think what I just said is not very relevant. All right, Leo, let's see if there's one last message for the road. Please comment and let me know what this is all about. Let me know if you connect with these energies, and where you stand on your journey. Thank you to each and every one for all your messages, for pushing in your energies, sending your energies. That is how I find my power to push forward in these readings. So thank you to everyone for supporting this channel. And I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. All right, let's see if there's one last message for the road. So, third ace, here we go. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, building new, on a new path, finding clarity on a new direction, a new way, and finding that platform, that creative platform, the joy, the ultimate joy of being in the right space to make this happen. Three of Swords and the Tower. Yes. So that ultimate joy and clarity in the new direction, of course, comes after understanding that you have to let go. Maybe it's a team, maybe it's a company, maybe it's, people you were working with, right? Or a situation that wasn't working. Or maybe you were even let go of a job and you're moving on to another project in another company, and it's empowering, right? But you know, Leo, that this is a whole new ball game, a whole new way of working, and it's exciting. It's exciting, even though you're forced to see it in a different light. But that's okay. It's successful. It's creative. It's the dynamic of a project. Projects, especially from scratch, whether it's starting a business or starting a project from scratch, it is heavy, right? It is not easy. Nothing comes easy, and it takes a few attempts to find that balance and find that stamina and the right people, the right team, and the finances, and find those synchronicities and those that balance between the creative side and maybe the financial side, or the administrative side and the creative side, right? To understand each other and be there for each other to push forward. If it's something like that, it feels that way. It feels that way. But here you are aligning yourself. And I think that you are acquiring more skills. You might be going back to school, or you might be mentored, or you are acquiring more, you're absorbing all these skills or this knowledge from this new team, or this new management team, or new team of people. Beautiful, beautiful reading, Leo. Very interesting. Let me know and share your journeys, share your energies. I would love to know what this is all about. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to each and every one for sharing your journeys again and your energies. Have a great week. Take care, Leo. Bye-bye.